So Major League Baseball has reinstated Pete Rose. Commissioner Rob Manfred announced yesterday the all-time hits leader has been posthumously removed from the league's permanently ineligible list, paving the way for his potential election to the Hall of Fame. In a letter written by Manfred and sent to the Rose family's attorney, Manfred writes this: "In my view, once an individual has passed away, the purposes of Rule 21 have been served." Manfred was referring to the MLB rule prohibiting gambling and other misconduct that threatens the integrity of the game, which led to Rose's decades-long ban. The rule does not address what happens after a banned individual dies, leaving the door open to Manfred's interpretation. The decision also applies to 16 others, including shoeless Joe Jackson and his 1919 so-called Chicago Black Sox teammates who threw the World Series that year.
Now at 4:30, disgraced baseball legend Pete Rose has been reinstated by the MLB commissioner, making him eligible for the Hall of Fame 8 months after his death and decades after his ban. That lifetime ban on Rose was imposed after he was found guilty of gambling on games.
It was lifted just one day before his former team, the Cincinnati Reds, are set to honor the all-time hits leader with Pete Rose Night. KTLA's Rachel Menitoff is live in Studio City with reaction from the man who helped make it all happen. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Sam. Hi, Sandy. Good afternoon to you both. Yes, this decision does make Rose eligible for the Baseball Hall of Fame, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee it. In recent years, he's talked about his regrets and he's taken accountability for his gambling. And just before his death, he talked about his hopes for a change of heart.
I got suspended in 1989.
Legendary ball player Pete Rose, an athlete with an incredible 4,256 career hits, finally realizing a lifelong wish, even if it's happening 8 months after his death at the age of 83.
There it is! Rose has eclipsed Tom!
In a historic decision, baseball commissioner Rob Manfred removed Pete Rose, shoeless Joe Jackson, and other deceased players from the ineligible list. He ruled that MLB's punishment of banned athletes ends at death. Forever known as Charlie Hustle, Rose spent most of his career with the Cincinnati Reds and won almost every baseball award, including Rookie of the Year and MVP. He was a 17-time All-Star and won 3 World Series titles. The athlete's unbelievable Major League Baseball accomplishments and management career was overshadowed, though, by his gambling on the game. In 1986, he was banned from baseball for life.
I was absolutely 110% wrong with what I did. Okay, but to do something like I did, and that's bet on a baseball game, and now you're punished for the rest of your life, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to a lot of people.
After years of denying the allegations, Rose admitted to betting on his team, and in the last interview he ever did with KTLA last September, he said he spent the rest of his years living with regret. But after nearly 30 years, it's hard not to be romantic about baseball. There's been a renewed push to get Rose back on the ballot and into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The support even echoed by President Donald Trump, who took to Truth Social saying Rose should be reinstated.
And it's taken about 9 years of hard work and diligence and follow-up to get here. So more than anything, relieved and appreciative and looking forward to next steps.
Jeffrey Lenkoff was Rose's longtime attorney and executive producer of the HBO documentary Charlie Hustle.
He lived baseball. He emoted baseball. And for him to now, even having the opportunity which he wanted to be considered, to just be put out there, an opportunity to play and see how the voters would consider him, that's what he wanted most of all.
Sadly, the dream that eluded Pete Rose for so long doesn't come in his lifetime. The hit king was resigned to his fate, but always hopeful to get his place in Cooperstown.
I keep convincing myself or telling myself, hang in there, Pete, you'll get a second chance. This is the one country that gives you a second chance.
Rose is now eligible for the Hall of Fame as early as 2027, but his attorney tells me he's going to try to expedite the process and get earlier consideration. That's the very latest from Studio City. I'm Rachel Menitoff. Sam Sandy, back to you.
Great story, Rachel. Thank you.